So, Robinhood just came out with its IPO today. While it hasn't announced its new wallets for Dogecoin, it still made some huge announcements. And this is what we'll talk about in this video. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, and investing. Now, let's get started with today's video. So basically, Robinhood hinted that it may soon allow all the holders to lend and stake crypto. Now, I'll come back to why it's such a huge deal in a minute. But first, let's talk more about what they said. So, during their roadshow, its CFO Jason Warnick said that Robinhood is making a lot of investments in things we know our customers want, such as wallets, lending, and staking. They're also developing a feature called Price Volatility Protection. Basically, according to a note in the feature's code, Robinhood may sometimes skip your recurring orders or buy less than your chosen amount to protect transactions from price volatility. But it will notify customers before doing so and will never purchase more than the amount selected. About all this, its CEO Vladimir Tenev said that we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to provide our crypto customers with the functionality that they've been asking for. We want to introduce new features safely, and there's a lot of items we have to get right from the start. And this is great because it'll help protect you from the biggest complaint anyone has about crypto, which is volatility. Now, coming back to staking, it's going to be a huge deal for Dogecoin. Currently, you can't stake your Doge holdings because it runs on proof of work instead of proof of stake. But that is going to change after the Ethereum and Dogecoin bridge comes out. And when it does, we'll finally be able to access one of the hottest features of crypto. So, staking will basically allow you to earn rewards on your Dogecoin holdings. Now, you might wonder how it's different from lending. There are some minor differences, but what you really need to know is that staking makes you more money than lending does. And we know that Dogecoin is mega popular on Robinhood. So when it does come out, more and more people will have an extra incentive to hold onto their Doge holdings. And that's the incredible part about it. Now, the biggest news about Robinhood was that it has finally come out with its IPO. It was priced at $38 per share, valuing the company at more than $32 billion. By selling 52.4 million shares, it raised over $2 billion, and it will now be listed under the symbol HOOD. The good news is that with this, the regulators aren't going to scrutinize Robinhood like they were hammering Binance. And this is what we want because Robinhood is one of the biggest platforms where retail investors get their Doge. Now, before we move forward, I'd like to remind you that we're giving away $100 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite cryptocurrency. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's take a look at Dogecoin Price for a minute. Currently, Dogecoin is trading at 20.4 cents and has been pretty much the same in the last 24 hours. You might be worried that it's trading sideways. I know how frustrating it is. But data shows that this is the time to hold it. Before I tell you about it, I'd like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So, you should always do proper research before investing anything into crypto. Coming back to it, according to new statistics from Arcane Research, the institutional interest in crypto is still very high. According to two surveys, one conducted by Goldman Sachs and the other by Fidelity, these firms have an overall positive sentiment toward crypto. Over 150 family offices from across the world were polled by Goldman Sachs. According to this survey, 16% of respondents have already invested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Similarly, 45% of global family offices said they are not now active in crypto, but are interested in the future. It also says that the majority of the businesses questioned want to invest in crypto because they are concerned about inflation and low interest rates. And this is what I've mentioned before too. The government is only making people realize how good cryptos are at the time of financial crisis. About this, the pro-crypto senator, Cynthia Lummy, said that big government spenders are accidentally doing far more to accelerate the adoption of digital assets than I am. Basically, the depreciation of the U.S. currency is forcing people to store value in digital assets such as Dogecoin, and that is exactly what we want. Coming back to it, the other survey by Fidelity observed far greater institutional adoption of digital assets today. In 2019, 22% of respondents to the same survey said they hold Bitcoin. In 2020, that number increased to 36%, and in 2021, it has risen to 52%. On top of that, 71% said they want to invest in cryptocurrencies and digital assets in the future. And this is important because more institutional money means higher prices for Dogecoin and Bitcoin. Now, talking about holding it, the popular personal finance expert, Humphrey Yang, said something pretty interesting. He said that, if you believe in the long-term potential of crypto, just don't check on it. That's the best thing you can do. If you let your emotions get too much into it, then you could sell at the wrong time, or you might make the wrong decision. You stress out about it, and I don't think that's a healthy way to approach it. And I have to agree with this. I think this just might be the time to play the long game. And this is why more and more people are transferring their funds out of exchanges. According to this data by CryptoQuant, the greatest one-day outflow in at least a year happened in the last 24 hours. In only 24 hours, 57,000 BTC were removed from exchanges. And we know why people choose to do that. They do that to hold it for the long term. Basically, it implies that a lot of institutions in Wales are really bullish on crypto. But still, there are some institutions that are spreading FUD in the market. Perhaps they don't want you to hold it for the long term so they can buy the dip. According to former Deutsche Bank managing directors Max Zahn and Andy Serwer, Bitcoin is more speculative than gold. They said that after Bitcoin dropped to 30K last week, but as we know, it's up again. Now, what saddens me is that these institutions don't come out of support for Bitcoin and Doge when things start going well again. But still, there are some institutional investors who aren't as biased and don't have an agenda. The CEO of Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz, said that crypto targets rent collectors. Consider the concept of DeFi. Consider the non-fungible token revolution. It will offer artists and creators greater power over the people who used to make money off of their work, so it's quite sad and disappointing. Basically, he was talking about how Elizabeth Warren was asking for crypto regulation. He went on to say that more people, especially senators, need to be educated about crypto. He also said that it was disappointing. She was supercilious. She was smug. Really disappointed she hadn't done any work. This is a progressive technology. She is supposed to be a progressive. It just tells us that we need to do a much better job by going to DC and educating these lawmakers. Now, I'd love to know if you think he's been too hard on Elizabeth Warren or not. Personally, I think it really is important for lawmakers to be more aware about the crypto sector. Now, let's talk about some great news for Dogecoin. Keith Berry, the popular MMA fighter, showed everyone that he's also really bullish on Dogecoin. He said that, "I feel like Dogecoin will be blasting past 25 cents this week. Doge Army, who's with me?" And I have to agree with this. I would not be surprised if Dogecoin touches 25 cents by the end of this. In any case, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.